Nederlander organisation, one of the largest theatre operators in America, 9 theatres in New York alone, touring throughout the country from the Metropolitan Opera House in New York to the Shrine in LA that had a capacity of 6,800. I would be working with Jimmy Nederlander, president of the company, it's a family company by the way, a real shoot from the hip New Yorker. Jimmy called me one day and invited me to a preview of a new musical he had in one of his Broadway theatres. Jimmy said he wanted to get my response. Of course I said yes. I pitched up at the theatre. The curtain went up. It was a sensational set, matched by beautiful costumes, brilliant lighting, staging by Tommy Tune. All the right things. But it was really long, with no interval, so no drinks in between to soften the blow. And the music was not remotely heart-stopping. In fact, it was boring for 3 hours. I was sitting right next to Jimmy, the man taking the whole financial risk, and I was his guest. The curtain eventually came down, thank goodness, and Jimmy jumped up. He said, "Okay, Vic, let's go. We can talk on the way to the restaurant." I knew he was going to ask me some probing questions, so we rushed to his car and I tried to rehearse what I was going to say. "Okay, Vic, what do you think?" he said. Well, I took a deep breath. I said, "Oh, well, Jimmy, the breathtaking sets. I just love the costumes, the staging. It was wonderful." Jimmy looked me straight in the eye and he said, "For the next year, we'll be working together. I invited you here tonight because I wanted an honest critique, not a compliment. Fact. I know the staging, sets and costumes are great. Also fact. But you can't harm either of those damn things on the way to in the bath on the way you get home. There's a lot of work to do, and you didn't tell me. Partners need to be straight with each other, to be honest. Anything else is a waste of time." We had a real success with that tour in the end. But later, well, a lot later, I moved to Salisbury, a city I've grown to love, not least for its amazing art scene. I run a national graduate art show, working with 38 of the leading universities, and each year graduates, to going through their MA and their BA degrees, select their work and send it to us by submission. It was 2022 and we just had a highly successful show in London. And I was dropping off some catalogues to some friends who live here in the Close. I hadn't been here very long and didn't know the city very well. I had one catalogue left and I was walking home through the archway and onto the high street. I stopped outside what looked like a very really interesting exhibition and I went in and asked the gallerist if I could look at the work. London galleries often make it very difficult to go in truth as though you're stealing the artwork, and never much of a welcome. Totally different at the Vanna. The director, David Christie, bless you, he was sitting next to me, was not pushy at all, just asked me what I thought. The artist was a renowned English painter called John Blackburn. David Christie was easy to talk to. We ended up chatting, told him about my interest in the graduate show, handed him a brochure, of course, not without giving a bit of sales pitch to him, and turned out he was straight shooter, just like Jimmy Nederlander, my partner in America. "So how did it go in London?" he asked. Bottom line, "Looks interesting." "It went very well," I replied, "because it did." I'll do it next year," he said. "I'll juggle a few things. I like the project, working with new talent. A new collaboration was formed. It's been an honest partnership. David's involvement has helped so many young, talented artists from all over the country. That's what collaboration is all about. And many of those young people are from overseas. In fact, tomorrow the Vanna is showing an exciting new exhibition curated by 2 former artists from our graduate art show, who now have very substantial careers. The show continues to be supported by David, whose approach is the same as Jimmy Nederlander's. That's a true collaboration. Strength, truthfulness, openness. The best sort of partnership that there can be. Thank you.